I read in Japanese and learned Japanese for the past 2 years, accumulating roughly 2000 hours of active and passive immersion. What did I learn from all these hours? And I tell you, it's more than just a bit of Japanese. It's a system, or rather a mindset, that now allows me to pursue my goals. So in this video I want to share how the past 2 years changed me. Want to break down what exactly I did, so you won't feel afraid of challenging and pursuing your goals anymore, and can freely accelerate your language learning journey. So if you've been wondering if you can learn a language like Japanese just by playing video games, my clear answer is yes, you can. So, how did it all start? Like many people, I had the ambition to learn Japanese in order to be able to consume native material. I started 2 years ago with a sudden craving to learn Japanese yet again, number 87 of failed attempts of obtaining something like fluency or at least some tangible progress. And I started not being able to understand the sentence. I had to look up every single word, except for watashi, and of course every single kanji. Though in some cases I would have known the word, but I just didn't know the kanji because I never was able to really get into learning the kanji. Now I can read such conversations without much problem. I had 2 options. 1, give up yet again before really having started, and throw away the chance to ever be able to read Japanese games. Or I could accept that I just have a lot to learn. Embrace the chance for growth and pushing through. What did I do? It's obvious. I decided I need to understand this game. And first I started just reading as much as I could, which amounted to roughly 30 minutes a day. I was really proud of. A week later, 45 minutes. And another week later, an hour of reading, without my concentration diminishing or my eyes and head hurting too badly. And a month later, I could read as long as I wanted to. And that's what I did. Term breaks and I played Piofiore for 6 hours a day, finishing Nicola's route within 36 hours. Soon after that, I started this channel to share what I learned and started to set clear goals. By then, otome games have become my ultimate obsession, and I wanted to spend as much time as possible reading them. So without really actively thinking about it, I banned Netflix and English movies from my evening routine and just sticked to playing Japanese otome game, with a daily goal of playing 3 hours because that's what I felt I needed at that time. To relax and have fun and really dive into the world of each otome game. That might sound extreme, but that's what I wanted. And like I talked about in my video about otome myth and prejudices, by the time I realized it's a waste of potential and yourself even, to stick to what others think is correct. The majority of the population wouldn't deem video games and even less otome games a worthwhile hobby. But hell, the majority of the population wouldn't even spend hours learning a foreign language, and if that isn't crazy. So screw societal values and the opinion of the ominous majority, and do what you want to do. I wanted to play otome games, if possible all day long, as many as I could, and play all the otome games in the world. And this goal from 3 hours a day in combination with my YouTube goals turned into a game a month, turned into a game every other week. Which means hours and hours of reading Japanese, looking up the same freaking kanji over and over again. That means I focused solely on reading, because that was my goal, and to this day I can't really speak Japanese. Because I'm not interested in talking to other people, not even in my native language. I'm an introvert. I like being alone. It gives me energy, okay? So leave me alone, so I can just focus all my energy on just reading. And to this day I have an on-off relationship with our beloved flashcard app Anki. I did make some flashcards and studied here and there, and have to admit, whenever I use Anki, I do see my progress accelerating, but most of the time I just stick to reading and looking up the same words over and over, and that's what they call natural repetition. So eventually the most common words somehow entered my brain. It just took a while. So what did I learn? Granted, I learned some Japanese, but I wouldn't consider myself fluent or only otome fluent. That's now a thing. I can understand romantic dialogue or inner monologue about desire and lust really well. But when it comes to world politics, Only if they hug and love each other I'm back into the game. Literally. Taking and failing the N1 also showed me my reading speed is okay, but I severely lack non-romantic vocabulary. But looking back now, after I've actually stopped reading otome games for a month now, thanks to my patrons who also support me even on this new journey. And yes, I read and don't play otome games, and I'll die on that hill. Now kind of waking up from my otome slumber after being in otome mania for about 2 years, I realized something far more important than language learning. Something more than vocab and grammar structure. I've already talked about how otome games changed my life when it came to prejudices or language abilities. But that's really not the main benefit of the past 2 years. It's not even that I started this YouTube channel and met a lot of wonderful people online which I could have never dreamt of before. It's something I wish happened to every one of you. It's a really simple realization, but it's immensely powerful for me, and will probably shape how I approach the next time of my life. It's the realization that I can learn. What does it mean? Why am I making such a fuss about it? Let me explain. If you're a beginner in Japanese, how does a sentence like this make you feel? Or a page like this? Or this? If you're like me, you're feeling fear. Fear of the mountain of kanji. Fear of trying to understand them, but yet inevitably failing. Feeling stressed out and tired already by the pure thought of trying to tackling this mountain of kanji. But the more I played, read and learned, the less frightful it became, and I realized I can just look them up and then I know them. There's no need to be afraid of kanji. There is a solution, and it's called dictionary. Combined with diligence and motivation. Every time I look up a kanji, my brain has the chance to remember it next time. Sure, sometimes I look up a kanji about 100 times, but hey, maybe 101 will do the trick. Every time I look up a word, it's not my failure of not knowing, but it's my chance to finally learn it. And I could see my improvement with every route I've played. And with every game I finished, my knowledge grew. I started recognizing more and more kanji. If not the reading, then at least meaning of the kanji. I could feel the progress in every sentence. And the more my gaming shelf grew, the more grew my knowledge and confidence. And first it was just the confidence in my Japanese skills. But now I realize it's so much more. It's not just confidence in Japanese skills, it's my confidence in my learning abilities overall. Those kanji that looked so frightening, and this mountain so unclimbable. Though I'm by far not at the summit, I at least marched quite a bit. And now I see and know it's possible. If I was able to conquer that fear and learn one of the supposedly most difficult languages for English speakers, I know I can't learn anything. I know it's not about being born as a native or language talent or whatever talent you're supposedly born with. I know that it's all about putting in the effort and giving your goal the love and dedication it deserves. Not giving up, but learning and growing. And if I can learn, you can too. You might not believe me and say, I'm a slow learner, I have no talent for kanji. But let me tell you, it's not the difficulty of the language, but it's exactly those beliefs holding you back. It might also be a lack of motivation or clear goals. Topics to be tackled in other videos, but it's certainly not your innate ability to learn. The only fault you have is thinking you're a failure. Like Dr. Carol Dweck said, the author and scientist of the growth mindset, the potential of a person is unknown and unknowable. Your possibly failed attempts of learning Japanese may be due to a learning method that didn't suit you or that overwhelmed you, but that doesn't define your future success. As soon as you realize that you can learn, a whole new world will open up to you. Because it doesn't only mean you can learn Japanese, Chinese, Korean, play all the games you want, watch all the anime. It means you can learn, you can read, you can grow. And with that single realization, after 2 years of playing Japanese otome games, my life changed yet again, and I hope yours will too. And if you're curious about which strange effects playing video games can have, I highly recommend checking this video about prejudices and opening your mind.